I do want to rewind a little bit though and kind of talk about, some of the work that you did before AW, because if it wasn't for everything that you did before, that all led to this moment. Now,
Yeah.
in hindsight, seeing your career in Japan, like you said, you spent what, 5 years there? Looking back at that, God, like how do you see that time in your life?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, it's such a roller coaster. I spent all of COVID there, I was basically I spent so much time by myself, just living in a crusty little dojo room, where I got regularly kicked out from, just like working 20, 30 hours training at the dojo, learning Japanese, and uh, and and then all of a sudden joining Stardom and getting that little push of fame, and then injuries and ups and downs and like winning, losing, fuck, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me being out there. Without Japan, I would never be here, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. The spider, like the spider walk and the turn into the spear, I've been doing that since my first ever match in the Austrian underground, so that's old news. I've been doing that since my debut, but refining my skills and getting the experience, that's all Japan. And also the with all the challenges that come from living in another country that's so different from your culture. For 5 years, you have, like, it's really challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. And you climb all of those mountains, and you come, you're just like, yeah, all right, who's next? Yeah, you want to fuck with me? It's really, I got that experience, and I got that self-esteem. I've got that confidence. What are you gonna do? So when I'm getting thrown in these hard hitting matches here, I was a little bit like, okay, I thought I was done with the strong style. I was like, can we take it? I mean, American style. I thought we're we outsmart each other and shit. I don't understand why I'm getting smacked in the face like that. Is it because I'm the new girl? Okay, I get it. But wow, what you want? Don't fuck with me. So it's like, I got the experience of from all these places, and I've got an unorthodox style myself, and I will adapt to whatever new environment I'm getting thrown into. So, and that's what I'm good at, and that's what I enjoy the most. So, Japan has has really prepared me for whatever's gonna come my way.
How do you earn respect in a place like Japan? Because when you're going in there and you're new, you just moved in and they're like, oh, like, who is this girl? What she
Yeah,
wants to be one of us. But what
yeah.
does it take for somebody who's not from Japan to go in there and earn the respect from the girls that have been there already and are working and know, have their own traditions and whatnot?
Hard work, putting in the work, because I was the only one who showed up, all like always. I mean, it helped because I lived at the place, so but so I could sometimes, I'd be like, I would be so sore, I'd be so tired, and I'd be living on the second floor, and on the first floor was the ring, and I'd try to, like, please give me a break, but I could hear the ring bounce, and people, like, girls screaming like, ich ni san, doing like the warm-ups and stuff, and I'd be like, fuck, and I'd be putting my wrestling shoes on. It's like, okay, next round, just like, and that gets over with the people. I was just relentlessly working on my stuff, and I would always sprinkle in my take on it, just the way I think. Even though other people don't do it like that, I always have to do it my way. And sometimes that comes out and looks a little silly, and sometimes it's just fucking, it's art. So, and people see, when they see that, and you can do something that they can't do, or you come up with something that they could never come up with, that earns you respect. And on top of that, I was always interested in Japanese culture. And I just started to pick up the language. After every wrestling show, after all the little dojo shows we were doing, I'd rush back up to my room, because 9 p.m. I'd already have my Zoom class, and I'd be learn, studying Japanese, and have to show my homework and shit. So after 2 years, I'd be speaking Japanese. So if that not perfect, but I could hold myself in a conversation with drunk people, at least, you know,
That's
at
good
least. Yeah, good enough in
enough.
my book, at least. So, so you know that earns you respect. People they'll be like, wow, that girl is very interested in our culture. That girl is Japanese people are very hardworking, you know. So and they have fighting spirit to the max, you know. So you can't really they will go down with you, you know, before they go before you know they let you win, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
that kind of it's that Japanese fighting spirit. I had that before, and I kept it throughout all the challenges, you know. Plus the work ethic, and third was my love for the culture, and that combination um, really got me over there and earned me respect, I'd say.
Well, hearing you talk about this, honestly, I got to give you kudos because it sounds terrifying. Like, you got to have a lot of,
Yeah.
first of all, guts to do that and to go out there and put yourself out there in that kind of scenario and to work, not just mentally. Mentally is one thing, but the physical part of it, it really takes a lot and not everybody can do that. So, hearing you say that, man, that's freaking awesome.